Hi again, my name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm going to be doing the second half of my What Sold, which will be Friday through Sunday, November 8th through the 10th. Can't read my writing here. It was good. My sales have been pretty consistent, but y'all starting to pick up on the other platforms too. I'm not saying anything like eBay is for me, but when you're doing more than one a day, I'm happy with those results from those platforms.
When you're doing more than 2 a week.
Yeah, more than 2 a week, yeah. So, I mean, fingers crossed. I even had a bonanza sale. Not to share with you this time, but I think next time. I had another bonanza sale.
I'm thinking somebody at Poshmark was walking around the server room and tripped and hit the keyboard, and there's a button on it that says "Give Rebel some sales."
Yeah.
And hopefully they didn't get it corrected.
Well, and you know, I've been listing more. My friend Beth, who's also the moderator of my Facebook group, has been sending me messages in the morning, cross-listing. So peer pressure, I do some cross-listing, and it's starting to show. So hopefully it'll at least be okay for the rest of this quarter. It would really be nice to have, more than, let's see, I've got 2 Poshmark, no Mercari, and 1 Etsy to share with you from last weekend. So hopefully it'll be, better than that through the end of the year. And then, I'm going to reevaluate, especially Mercari, for next year. Before we get started, I just wanted to say it was nice meeting a couple of ladies that we met when we were at the Benz this last trip to St. Louis. When we went to Robert's uncle's funeral, we stopped in at the Springfield, Illinois Benz.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, Illinois Benz, which is really small, but it's a nice Benz. And I met up with Annette, Jackie, I think Jackie's daughter's name was Cindy, and Melanie. How there wasn't that many people in the whole thing, and all 3 of them came up to me, so it was really fun. And Annette...
Wait. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and Annette gave me this from her basket for my wall, which I had never, ever, ever seen this. So I'm going to add that, when we move to the new side and I have more space. But for the time being, it's just going to sit over here with the other things that can't make it to my wall.
It can go up in the corner up there.
I could put it up there.
I'd like to... tell Cindy, you need to be good to your mama. She seemed like a really nice lady, and she says you boss her around way too much.
And as we were leaving, they had a little teeny tiny basket of these little metal figures, and it was very intriguing, but we had to get going. But, let me know, Jackie, how did that end up for you guys? Was it something that you were, going to make big bucks on, and what were they? So
yeah, they look pretty interesting. It's the kind of thing that you see it and you're like, I don't know what that is, but
I would have taken them all.
I really want to look.
I would have taken all of them. Yep. But that's a nice Benz. And then, we met Terry at the St. Louis Benz. Mm-hmm. Jackie said she was walking towards me because she thought she recognized me, and then he talked because he was just right across from me, and he talked, and she's like, I knew it was you then because of the voice, the man behind the camera. But it was nice. It was nice meeting all of you guys. And, the next time we're in town, I'm definitely going to go back to where is it again?
Oh, just take a guess.
Oh, Jacksonville Benz. So
we're going to Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. All right, so
we always enjoy talking to people because
we
do. They source different things, and they tell us about, what it's like sourcing in their area, and just... I don't know. It's just fun to meet people and hear about their lives. It's just a lot of fun.
And find out where they are in their reselling journey, and, or not reselling. They're out looking for stuff for their grandkids, but they just like watching these types of videos. So it was very nice meeting all of you guys.
Yes. If you see us, don't ever hesitate to come up and talk to us. I have to point out that Rebel is not as nice in person as she is on camera.
You're such a jerk. All right. So
she's just really shy in person.
I'm very shy
in person.
It is so easy now, not in the beginning. Now, just to talk as if I'm talking to a bunch of my friends. But yeah, put me in a group and
of live humans.
Yeah, of my peopling skills aren't that great. All right, let's get to this. Like I said, 2 Poshmark, 1 Etsy, and then quite a few eBays to share with you. All right,
No,
first.
no. You got me sitting down here. I'm going to talk.
About?
First, don't forget to hit the like button and drop a comment. It helps out the YouTube out. Why can I never say that? YouTube algorithm. I need to just like record myself saying that, and then I can just like edit it, dub it in every time I say it. But Rebel's kind of shy in person, like I said. I grew up being terribly shy in person, and then when I became a cop in that little town in Missouri, it was fewer than 3,000 people in the town, and everybody knew the cops, and everybody said hi, and I just got to where I would just talk. And finally, I clicked into my dad, and my dad will talk to anybody for hours on end about anything. So I finally got that gene kicked in, and I just go with it now.
Yeah, not me. All right, first thing that sold on Poshmark, Busilla. I never can say that right. Busilla Gallery of Stitches Felt Stocking Kit sold for $18. I actually had 2 of those. Busilla. That's how I want to say it, but I don't think that's it.
Because it looks Spanish.
Yeah. And then this Jellycat Tan Bungly Rabbit sold for $26.
Maybe it's Italian, it's Bucilla.
Bucilla. Maybe. All right, and then on Etsy. This was a Teddy Bear Lane Christmas plush from Kmart 1994, and it sold for $21.95. And eBay. All right, y'all. Same old spiel. This doesn't include shipping. Shipping is additional. The buyers paid it. So what you see is what they paid.
I was wondering if you're going to wait till eBay to say that.
I always do. Always. All right. I picked this up at the bins in Connecticut. Anytime you see Barney dinosaur stuff, definitely check. The lamp went for a whole lot, but I didn't find the lamp. Believe me, I went looking for it. All I found was the lampshade to that particular lamp, and it sold in a less than 3 months for $34.95. Anytime you have, it doesn't have Barney on it, but if you see Lions Group, Lyons, more than likely it's Barney, especially when you start seeing the Barney purple. All right, this is a Tommy Hilfiger women's pink crew neck shirt, sold for $14. Very quick sell. All right, I think this was a bins pickup, so, not very much in it, maybe 50 cents, 75 cents. It is a Realtree Ladies Hot Shot hat with the original tag, sold for $8. Bread and butter. I love when I get the comments in my videos that somebody says that's what they've learned from me. That not to get discouraged and only be sourcing high dollar stuff. You hear it, that you should only be sourcing stuff that you're going to make $20 plus on. Or 30. I find a lot of stuff that I sell $8 to $12. A lot. I'm going to at one point have Robert check the numbers again this year. How much I made selling stuff like $12 or less. And it will be shocking to you. All right. This next thing is Awaya. They are the animated little things. Sometimes they're pigs. I've seen skunks, cows, monkeys. I like finding them. This is just one of the little 4-inch ones. The pink pig does okay, but this was a different color. I talk about that quite often. Things that are different colors seem to do better. And this sold for $26.95. Just listed this. Picked them up at an estate sale. I want to say I paid like $1 each. I wanted to go back on half price day, and I ended up not. I wished I had. But this is Lamax. This is one of those older Christmas Village brands that I do really well with. This was just a antler art, 2 little pieces there, and I paid $1. It sold for $15. All right, this is Thai Classic Plush. This was Duster the dog from 1999, and it sold for $16. Blaze and the Monster Machine. This was a transforming vehicle, and this went through a freight forwarder, and it sold. It's been listed a really long time. This is one of the larger, heavier vehicles, and it sold finally $20.50. All right, Connects. This is those, this was like an add-on to the roller coaster set. It's called the Vertical Viper roller coaster, and I don't even think it was complete. No, sold for $8.96. This is from my Snoopy lot that we purchased, paid $150. Y'all, I forgot about, I haven't done the last tote yet. Totally forgot about it. It is actually buried under the stuff that we brought back from Florida out in the building. But these were two of those inside out painted ornaments, and they sold for $26.95. This is Sugarloaf Olive Oil Doll Plush. I just showed you guys in a recent video, there was a Kelly Toy one. This isn't that one, but this one had, I think they were very similar. A lot of times Kelly Toy and Sugarloaf have the identical tags, but nevertheless, it sold for $12.05. And again, she had that floppy neck. All right, this sold very quickly. It could have sold for a whole lot more, but the ugly doll portion of the plush, the mouth was missing. So I went ahead and listed it for a lot less than what it could have sold for, and then I instantly got an offer of $12, which I accepted. So very quick sell. This is Master Made Toys. It was actually sold in the Profit stores. We still have them around here, but there are very few of them. This was a gray Christmas mouse, 13 inches long, sold for $10, but it took forever. West Bend Mini Food Chopper. This one was made in Hong Kong, sold for $17.95. All right. I didn't dare cross-list this to the other platforms. There's just certain things you don't even try, and anything that looks like a gun, I don't have issues like that with eBay, but the other platforms I do. This was a Hasbro toy gun called a Ghost Gun. Not working. I sold it for parts, and it sold for $20.
That thing was a pain to ship.
Yes, it was.
Because
it
was kind of long, it was flat, but then
Kinda
the magazine
wide.
stuck way out there too.
Yep.
The word ghost gun would get you in trouble these days too, because that's what they call guns that can be made at home and they don't have a serial number. So listing something like that for sale, they'd probably have.
Yeah, I'm
Things all over
surprised
it.
I didn't get any kind of issues with this. But it literally just has a light bulb in the end that shoots out a picture of a ghost, I think. Fisher-Price Little People orange chairs, and then like a lounge chair. Just pieces and parts. They were listed for quite a while, and they finally sold for $8. Target. This is a little cloth Christmas ornament of a lion. If I had found any other Target plush, actually I just did, but this one has sold already. I would have made a lot. That's just how I do things. If I find one, I'm going to list it because it's easier to find something in my inventory than it is to set it aside in this room, because I'll never find it again if I set it aside waiting for something else to put with it.
So you're saying that your death/profit pile is not organized?
It's still not organized.
It's
It's
never-
smaller.
I can't imagine having one that's organized. Stuff just gets put aside until you want to deal with it. So having it like organized into piles, unless you find, if you had things that you found on a regular basis that you wanted to accumulate, you could have a little spot for that. But just having everything in there organized, that would just be.
When I used to go to the bins a lot and I would buy a lot of smalls, I was a little more organized. I had a Fisher-Price tote, and I had a Littlest Pet Shop tote, and I was able to keep it all together. But these days, no.
You were sourcing a couple times a week.
Yeah.
Back
In the
then.
beginning, when we were just taking this full time again, we both quit our regular jobs and we wanted to do this full time and homeschool. So I was sourcing a lot. If I didn't say, this little ornament sold for $6. Homco. Just say no, Robert. This was Robert. This was a pheasant porcelain figurine. It's 4 inches tall, but it was long. Finally sold $23.35, which that was a really good sale, but it was listed for a very long time.
Seems like a good sale to me.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the length of time, maybe.
Yeah. This was, I just picked this up recently. It is a hand-painted Delft blue mini plate. It was 4 1/4 inches. Sold in just a week or so for $17.95. Lauren Ralph Lauren. I have started picking up a lot of these that I find. This was a women's medium, like sweater, but the shirt was actually attached to it. I want to say I picked this up at the bins in Connecticut, but it took me a while to get it listed. I went high with my price, but it sold almost instantly on an offer of $25. $25 for a shirt, I will do any time. That was, to me, I like the quick sells more than waiting and waiting and waiting for, you know, something to sell for a little bit more. In my last What Sold, I showed you that I had sold one of these plates, and then right after that, I sold 4 more of them, $9 each, so it was a sale for $36. I think I'm down to like 4. I'm contemplating still taking the listing down as a 4 each, you know, individual plate, and going ahead and making a lot of 4 and hopefully make it gone quick. So Blue Sigrid Olsen. Oops, spelled that wrong. See that? Corduroy jeans. Maybe that's why it took forever to sell. I don't think so. I think they were small sized and berry colored. Sold finally for $10.51. Corduroy. We went to an estate sale a long time ago. We may have been doing this at that time. So 3 or 4 years ago. It's the one where it was like a cabin, and then we had to go up the road and go to another, and we bought all kinds of Christmassy stuff.
Yeah, we were doing YouTube then because we bought. It was a really interesting
Very
sale.
interesting. We ended up picking up some stuff that we've contemplated maybe trying to find like an Indian relics, somebody to help us identify if they are actually Indian relics, but we picked it up at that sale. But this wise man carved figure, they had really large carved figures there. But it took forever to sell. It was 18.5 inches tall. So it ended up being a little bit of a problem to ship, you know, just trying to find a box. I think Robert ended up Frankenstein in a box for it. And it sold for $22.01. Roxy women's jeans, $13.21. Selling lots of clothes, listing lots of clothes. This is called Lavender Life Rabbit Plush. It is one of those ones that has the little bags in it. I'm not going to be purchasing them anymore. In fact, if I'd have known I had this listed, I probably would have taken it down. It's just something I'm not interested in selling anymore. Nevertheless, it's gone, $12.55. Adidas Golf men's pullover athletic vest sold for $17.71. Land's End women's shirt sold for $8.68. Picked this up at the bins. Can't remember which one. But it is a Fisher-Price toddler bat and ball replacement. Y'all, these sell very well. And it only took about a little over a month. But just as replacements, either individually or as a set like this, it sold for $22.45. Riders, y'all. Lee jeans. These were black. That is one of the good things about selling some of the Riders jeans. The black ones do better for us. Larger women's size, and it sold for $15.01. This sold the same day I listed it. This also was from the same estate sale that I went to where I bought the Lamac set that sold previously. This one is Oh Well is the brand. I have found it a couple of times, and it does really well. This was a little girl walking on cans in the snow, and she sold for an offer of $12.50. I think on those I paid 50 cents for the small individual pieces. Kohl's Cares. This is Corduroy the Bear from 2016. See, I know how to spell corduroy. I just missed it in that other listing. And it sold for $9.91. This is a viewer sale, so thanks again, Sherry. Sherry bought my Marie Osmond Raggedy Ann and Andy ornaments. They're little porcelain ornaments for your tree. And Sherry paid $25.16. So thanks again, Sherry. Peter Millar men's quarter zip pullover jacket shirt. So again, very quickly, $29. Do you remember where you picked that up?
No.
I don't either. We've had bags and bags and bags of clothes. Every time we would go to the bins, we would get bags and then just not get to them. I was more interested in doing processing the toys and stuff, and the bags just kind of got set aside, and we've tried to focus more on them now. Shorts, y'all. Nautica men's shorts sold for $9.13. We're supposed to get snow this week. Blah, blah, snow.
I don't know that we would buy Nautica shorts.
I don't
in
think
general.
so.
But sometimes when we're at like thrift stores trying to clearance stuff out, and they've got to fill a bag for $5 or something, and it's there, and there's room to stuff that nice looking pair of shorts in there, you just go ahead and stuff it in, and it takes a little bit, but it was essentially free because it was, you're putting it into a bag that you're going to pay for anyway.
We did that at the thrift store the other day. I found a couple of like Ralph Lauren shirts and soft surroundings, and they weren't, they're so small, just cramming them in the bags that he had filled with jeans, that basically they're free because it was fill a bag and not by the weight.
Well, one of the pairs of jeans had a stain on it I wanted to attempt to get out. It was a kind of a grungy stain. I just wanted to, I'd read that Dawn dish soap and baking soda put together into a paste and let soak for an hour and then wash it it was for grease, but I thought I'd give it a whirl on this and see what happened.
Yeah, just say no to projects. Say no.
Worst case scenario, they'll fit me and they'll be my grungy work outside jeans.
True. LL Bean Classic Fit Women's Jeans sold for $18. Pleasant Company Bitty Baby Doll, $35.95. I think that was a Ben's pickup. Simon Electronic Game. Y'all, when I was checking comps, there was people selling this for $10, $12, $15. But the more I checked, you got to go into Terapeak and sort by highest and see what kind of, what are you seeing as far as where has the price been. This one had its original paperwork, original box. It worked. So I decided to go higher than what other people were selling it for. I also have a video showing all of the lights were working, the sounds were working, and it sold in probably less than a week for a $31 offer. I think this was my best sell of the weekend. Build-A-Bear, but it was a Pokemon Mew plush with a hoodie, and it sold for my full price, $49.95. Project pieces. He couldn't have brought that topic up better because, y'all, this has been sitting and sitting and sitting because she had these stains. You can see it on her leg and 2 on her face, and they were the type that's in the vinyl. And I contemplated, doing a video on using some of the acne cream to see if I could get it to fade. I don't think I was going to be able to do anything with the leg. I mean, I've had this for months and months just sitting, and I thought, no. Project pieces, I don't have time for them, and they're taking up space. They were either going to go in the donate, or I was just going to go ahead and list it. And I listed this the morning, and within an hour or two, I got a $9 offer. I know I didn't pay that much for her, so I just went ahead and made her gone. Let her be somebody else's project piece. but gone instantly. Russ Jolly Santa Claus plush. This is a wind-up musical toy, and it sold for $15.25. Get your Christmas stuff listed, y'all. All right, Star Wars coffee cup. A lot of these we pay $1 or less. A lot of times, sometimes they're fill a bag, fill a box, 3 for $1, that type of stuff. And it sold for $7. Rugrats Twins, Phil and Lil from 2017. I had 2 sets of these. This is the last one. Finally sold $10. Took about 7 months to sell. Homco, again, even though I just said just say no. These were nativity figures. The funny thing is when I'm doing these videos now, I don't do a lot of the shipping anymore. That's something Robert has taken over. And first of all, I don't remember listing these, even though it was last year. And I definitely don't remember selling them. But they sold for $16.16.
So just say no to Homco unless Rebel wants to buy it.
Rebel doesn't want to buy it. Nope, nope, nope.
My Homco sold for more than your Homco.
I don't even remember picking these up.
I wouldn't have picked that up.
Oh, you think I picked it up? I don't know. All right, Tupperware Mega Mug microwavable cups. Didn't even put that word in there, did I? Well, mug, that works. Picked these up recently at a yard sale. I want to say they had a box of Tupperware. I want to say everything was either like a quarter or 50 cents each. And they sold very quickly, $13.45. All right, Gap denim women's jeans, $15. These are they were tall, but size 29, so little. Tall and little, and they still sold. Last but not least is this Disney Sleeping Beauty Fauna doll, one of the godmothers, sold for $22.45. I remember picking up we went to an estate, so we'd never been before, filled up the bottom of, I filled up like halfway of a IKEA bag, and he charged me $75 for everything in the bag. But it was some good stuff. It was definitely worth it. But, I had a little bit of a sticker shock when he said $75. But sold this one for $22.45. All right. I'd say my sales are going well. I hope yours are too. Hopefully everything's picking up and you're starting to really see fourth quarter blossoming for you. I've got a pile of stuff here you guys can't see because I'm turning right around, and I'm going to do a haul video of just stuff that I haven't shared with you guys that I'd like to really get processed and listed quickly. So y'all, your turn. Get to work. Bye.